So here, notice it's a bit simpler than we saw with Final Fantasy VII. Here in Final Fantasy X, this is early game, so we don't see all the options. Later, there'll be a few more options. But notice, something kind of that struck me as interesting. All of the options here are in katakana. Katakana, katakana, katakana. All of them here are in katakana. The next game we'll play, Dragon Quest XI, you'll notice all these main menu options in that game. There's 6 of them. They're all in hiragana. Think about what that maybe means. Why are they all here in katakana? In Dragon Quest, all in hiragana. Is it maybe a different feel they're trying to go for? Dragon Quest maybe trying to feel a bit more Japanese, possibly. This maybe a bit more international. Could be. So first, we have something completely unique to this game that they're wanting to highlight at the very top. The sphere grid. The word for grid here, you see, can also mean like a game board, like a chessboard. Ban is the kanji for it. Is the word for it. So, sphere-ban, the sphere grid. That's number 1. Next, again, we have... This is also the first thing we saw in Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy Adventure, so this stayed the same. Items, of course, stays the same. This, however, is new. Here we have ability, so that's different. We have Oberdrive, so overdrive, that's different, similar to the limit break in the last game. Let's see what else we have here. Here we have, again, the same thing, status, status. We have, again, your options, config. And this time, for the first time, we see games are getting a bit more helpful. So we see help. We got some help here. For the first time, they're going not just 97 with Final Fantasy VII. You had options finally, but still you did not have help. But now in 2001, you actually have help. So let's look at a bit of these menus. So we have the sphere grid, which is a big part of this game. We're not going to look at that too much. And then let's look at our stats again, like we've done with every game here. Are menus most often in katakana? CyberKitty asks. Good question. No, but often a lot of menus are. So if you learn katakana early, it can really help you navigate Japanese games, because then you can read half, sometimes over half the menus. So let's look at our stats here. Let's move our menu a little bit here. So the stats in Final Fantasy X, you'll notice, are quite similar to Final Fantasy VII, but a little bit different. A little bit simpler, actually. They simplified some things. So let's take a look. Again, we have the same thing out of the gate. Attack power. At the top here. Kougeki ryoku. So again, Kogeki by itself, attack, and then we add a suffix to it, ryoku, meaning power. And then next, instead of having the Final Fantasy VII, the kind of the rate, attack rate, or accuracy rate, we just jump right into defense. So we have Butsuri Bogyo. This is the only time in these games you'll see this word. It means physical. Butsuri. So physical defense, in other words. They changed it in English to just defense, which probably is fine. But I guess what they're going for is we have physical defense, we have magic defense, because here we have Maho Bogyo, and here we have Butsuri Bogyo. So we have physical defense, magical defense, of course we have magic as well, Marioku. We have agility, Subayasa. Notice this time it's called agility. In Final Fantasy VII it was called dexterity, which is kind of probably a somewhat incorrect translation, because it more means quickness, deftness, agility. Here again we have Un, luck, just like in Final Fantasy VII. Again we have Kaihi, evasion, and Meichu, accuracy. This time though you'll notice the rate part is taken away. I think it's probably better. It's simplified. We don't really need that. So let's scroll down. We have a couple other elements here. Okay, so we also have, this time even more prominent, your weapon and your armor. Buki, Bogu. I think we learned those in our first game we played, Xenoblade or maybe Breath of the Wild. Anyway, these also very basic Japanese gaming words that you need.